Hi guys, I hope you can hear this. Hi everyone. I don't know if anybody's going to even see this or if you can hear this, but I just didn't feel like setting up everything to film, so I figured I would do a quick live stream, and hopefully you can hear me. I don't know. Maybe somebody will pop in and let me know if they can hear me. Oh, the cats are playing with new toys. They got new toys today. I don't know what this 3 means. Does that mean there's people here? 5 people here? There's people here? Can anybody hear me? Hello. Hi, Chris. Hi, Carol. Oh, you can hear me. Good. This is exciting. I didn't think that my internet was going to be fast enough. So this is good. So it's been a day, but I wanted to share a couple things with you guys, and I just didn't feel like doing the whole video. Hi, Kathy. I didn't feel like setting up my camera and my lights and all that. So we'll just deal with this, and it'll be what it'll be. But hi, Michelle. Hi, Andrea. I finished a couple bags yesterday, and I had put up some pictures, and the person that I made it for, hello, Julie, that would be you. I didn't think I could, Chris. She really wanted me to show you guys the bag, like on a video instead of just a picture before I sent it to her. So I am logging in primarily to do that, but also I got a buttload of stuff delivered today, and oh boy, like I don't have enough to do, but wait till you guys see. So first I'm going to show you guys the bags. You might have, if you looked at my Instagram, you probably might have seen these. But so this is a zipper bag that I made, and this is just, you know, a standard zipper bag. Look at it. It's got a cute little zipper thing and whatever. But this is the fabric. But what I wanted to show you guys is, because we've all seen a zipper bag. I love getting stuff too, Carol. It was crazy today. It was just like mountains of stuff. I got my cat stuff came today from Chewy. I had fabric come today. It's just crazy. I'm waiting for my Color Street nails to come in. Anyways, I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen a Japanese knot bag. This is a Japanese knot bag. As you can see, the 2 straps are different sizes, and that's because you take the longer one, you put it through the shorter one, and you end up with a closed bag. So it's very, very simple bag. This is the medium size one, and I'll be making these for the shop, but Julie really wanted me to show you guys. The interesting thing about these bags is they're reversible. So all you do is flip it inside out. The large ones, I don't know if you'd want to make them reversible because the pouch is on the inside. And if you make it reversible, then your pouch is going to be on the outside. You know, whatever. To each their own. You might like that. So then you have a completely reversible bag. And it works exactly the same way. So Julie really thought that I should show you guys this. So that you would get an example of something that's going to be in the Etsy shop for bags that isn't your traditional zipper bag and isn't your traditional drawstring. So, Julie, I did it. I don't think Julie's even here. Yeah, Chris, I did put it up on my Instagram. I put it on my Facebook too. Oh, Carol, it is cool. And stitching with Kathy. You love elephants. You collect them. Well, I bought this fabric specifically for the person who is getting it. This was a custom order basically, but I have enough of this fabric to put up another bag. So it will probably be a zipper bag going up at some point soon after I make it with this fabric. So Kathy, watch for that if you're interested. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was I put in an order at Expression Fiber Arts. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Expression Fiber Arts, but This is 100% mulberry silk. And it is unbelievable, guys. This is the colorway Dove, and this is actually on sale at her website right now, in the sales section. So I got a couple of those. And, you know, the color's fine. The lighting isn't great, but the color's fine because it's just white. But look at this. Oh, you're not going to be able to see it. It's a kit, and it is all the same mulberry silk. I'm hoping you guys will be able to see the colors. And if not, next time I do a regular video, I will show you. But these are all purples and blues. Yeah, you can't really tell. This is like a baby blue. And this is like a wine color, a burgundy. Oh my gosh, guys, I wish that you guys could see these in person because they are amazing. They're so pretty. I treated myself this week because my husband and I don't know, we own our own business, and we are also partial owners in another business. And every couple years we get like, you know, kind of like a disbursement for corporate profits or whatever. And we got one this week, and it's been a few years. And so I splurged a little bit on some Expression Fiber Arts yarn. And then I got 3 other skeins, and this is her Sincere sock. It's fingering, well, sock weight, and you know. But this is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. It's 400 meters per skein, and this is a gray. This one is called Nimbus. It's really pretty. It's kind of variegated grays. And then this one is called, same type, it's called Clover, and it's a very pale, pale, pale pink. And I mean, it's kind of a grayish, pinky lavender. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not used to the live, so I don't know where the heck the camera is. So I got these to put together. I thought it would make a pretty, the gray and the kind of a grayish pink would make a nice little project. But the exciting thing, oh, thank you. They are beautiful. Kathy, I'll definitely show them on the better camera so that you guys can see. This is what I wanted to show you guys. This is very exciting, and it's brand new to me. And because I'm a slave to trends, check it out. Guys, it's like 30 skeins of bare yarn. We've got, I don't know what we've got. We've got sparkle sock yarn and nice round fingering. Now, this is all fingering weight yarn, guys, because that's the kind of yarn that I like. And I don't know if any of this is going to be good enough, but my intention is to hand dye and list some yarns on the shop as well, because it looks like fun. And I'm a slave to trends, and everybody on the face of the planet seems to be trying to dye yarn right now. So I figured, you know what, why not me? I don't have enough going on. I just own a business and work and have an Etsy shop and sell Color Street and sew and YouTube channel and all that. So, you know, I just need more hours in a day. I am going to dye, Chris. I think it's going to be fun. I don't know how I'm going to start out. I'm going to try some with some food coloring. I don't know if I'll do the Kool-Aid thing. I don't have Kool-Aid. See, right? You were thinking too? I mean, come on. Everybody's doing it. Got to get in on everybody's doing it. It's like peer pressure. Peer pressure. But anyways, Tracy from Crochet Rossetti, I don't know if you guys watch her. I love her channel. She had, I'm in her Facebook group, and so she had a code for like friends. Kathy, have a great night. Don't be sorry. It was just for the moment. Thank you for stopping in. Watch for that elephant fabric. She had a code for people at Dyer's Supply. So I thought, you know what? I've been wanting to try it, and I'll just do it. And again, because I had gotten that payment, I figured, well, you know what? I'll just really splurge because I have the coupon. And so I did. So I have, what is there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28 skeins of different types. We have superwash merino with nylon, 100% superwash. There's superwash with nylon and cashmere, I think. Hi, Irene. So yeah, I think I'm going to try that. Oh yeah, Wilton's. You know, it's too bad because I had a crap ton of Wilton's food coloring, like the gels that were they were starting to get old, and I was just like, oh, I'll just chuck them, and I threw them out. And now I'm thinking to myself, if I'd saved them, there was probably 30 of those little containers, but whatever. Yes, you do have to love a good coupon. I'm doing good, Irene. How are you? So yeah, it's been a crazy couple weeks. I have 75,000 nail strips coming in from Color Street that I'm waiting on, but they've been so bombed, man. Their shipping is so far behind, and I feel so bad if anybody ordered strips. They are coming. They're working so hard, but they still have to social distance in the warehouse for shipping, and so it slows them down terribly. But they're doing the best they can, and they'll get here soon. But my nails desperately need some new some new strips, so that'll be good. What else is going on? What's going on with you guys? Anything exciting? I mean, I know it's a Monday. Mondays aren't very exciting. I spent the whole weekend sewing. I was in the craft room. Oh, I found a new show to binge while I sew. Well, I say new. It's new to me. It's been canceled for probably 10 years. I like British shows, and Call the Midwife is, I'm waiting on the new season. I guess they couldn't film because of social distancing. So that, and also Great British Baking Show. I love that show. It's one of my favorite shows. That wasn't able to film, but I just read a thing the other day that said that both of those shows are back in production. So that's good, and hopefully we'll see some of that this fall. Oh, a dog blanket. What kind of yarn did you use? Or did you sew it? I don't know. I assumed crochet. I shouldn't do that. I mean, I do have more than one. Oh, I'm good. I'm glad you're great, Irene. Um, so which one, Carol? Call the Midwife or Great British Bake Off or Baking Show? I don't know exactly what they call it anymore. I like the new hosts too. Oh, the new show. It's Lock Rise to Candleford. And it has Mr. Bates from Downton Abbey in it, and one of the nurses from Call the Midwife. I can't remember. She's the one with like the tight, short afro that drives the car. It's cheap yarn. Baking, yeah, isn't that a great show? I love it. There's not enough reality TV shows in the US that aren't snarky, backstabbing nastiness, So I really like that. But yeah, Lark Rise to Candleford. I think it's set like in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and I just really enjoy it. It's tame, it's distracting, it's good for when I'm working in the craft room. I also have been watching a lot of Disney because that just is mindless, you know what I mean? And it's not serious, and it's not the news, because the news is depressing. Although I have to say, my state, in Chris's state, is one of only 2 states in the country whose COVID numbers are going down. So that's good, although I don't imagine it will be for long, because the tourists have descended upon us like there is no global pandemic. So that's kind of a bummer. I'm kind of expecting those numbers to go up. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a Target run in, and I can't buy a Lysol wipe to save my life anywhere. I have not watched Mrs. Brown's Boys. I do love BBC. I love Faulty Towers, and I mean, that's old, but Ab Fab, Absolutely Fabulous. I love that with Patsy and Eddie. Oh my goodness, so funny. Their humor, it's funny because I just kicked my computer. They're so dry, but at the same time, they get away with stuff that we would be offended at. They're just like, whatever, but it's very dry, which is okay. Oh, Are You Being Served? That's a great show. And I also just saw, or it was a pretty good reality show. There's too many reality shows, but I can't remember if it was on Netflix or Hulu, but it was all about glass blowers. And they made some of the most amazing things. No Whites, Irene, where are you? I'll have to check it out, Carol. Mrs. Brown's Boys. I'll look on all my things. I have Hulu and Netflix and Sling and Prime. I could normally find something. Oh, the cats. Come here, Harry. You want to say hello? Oh, Harry says hello. He's very busy. They got new toys today, and one of their toys has treats in it, so they get to knock it around and knock the treats out. And pretty much they're both just laying on it, knock it just enough so that I obviously have to close it a little bit more because I think they ate a full thing of treats. Yes, Harry, he's a sweet boy. Lloyd is a sweet boy too, but he's obsessed with the food, so he's not coming over here. So I gotta say too, I think my FedEx man hates my guts because every time I order from Chewy, I get like 4, 10-pound bags of food, and then I get a couple of cases of cans, and then I get the 35-pound like jugs of litter. And they always put 2 jugs in one box. So I mean, that's like a 70-pound box. I can't move it. I can't move it at all. Dave even struggles sometimes moving those boxes. We just rip them open outside and carry them in one at a time, the jugs. But my poor FedEx guy, he must hate seeing those Chewy boxes because they pack those things like they weigh 700 pounds. Beware if you order from Chewy because, man, this is the least flattering sorry if that made any of you sick. That was the least flattering, what's the word I'm looking for? Angle. It's like, hi, accentuate my double chin. I guess I learned that needs to be different. They should pack them lighter. You get a hernia just trying to move them. It's terrible. And I feel bad for those guys that are delivering that stuff. That's a hard job. Hi, Tammy. Oh, you're in Georgia, Irene. Oh my goodness, how are you doing down there? My goodness, I'm in New Hampshire. I'm really lucky. We have, like I said, where New Hampshire and Maine are the only 2 states whose numbers are actually actively going down. And it's still scary. It is like we are. I know one of these days, Chris lives not far from me, that chick Chris here in the comments. And so she had come over one day and, oh, hi, Carol in Alabama. Oh my goodness, I hope you guys are being safe. I just look at everybody else's numbers and I'm just horrified for all of you. I would be so scared. Yeah, I can't carry it up the stairs. I have Dave. He's a good guy for that. He'll, if I basically say, honey, I'm broken, he'll carry them up for me. I also use pine. I don't know if you guys ever do the pine litter. It's not like litter. It's little compressed pine pellets. So I keep a 50-pound bag of that here just in case they ever run out of litter because the cats don't mind using it. And it's like $5 for a 50-pound bag at Tractor Supply. Oh, you do pine. Do you do the pine pellets, Irene, or do you do the shavings? I know different people do different things, but I figured it's a good thing to keep in case because when things were really hot and heavy there, when COVID first popped up, I had a hard time getting litter. Like toilet paper, everything was sold out, and they just lifted the limit on toilet paper at my local grocery store, and immediately all the toilet paper sold out again. I'm like, oh, for goodness sakes, people, come on. How many asses do you have to wipe? It is insanity out there. I just don't get it. Yeah, 50 pounds at Tractor Supply, Chris. It's like $5. I was like, yeah, I'm there for that. So that's my backup litter if I can't get any. The cats don't mind it, but you know, it doesn't cover odor. Although I will say it does wonders for the kitty pee smell. Yeah, Tractor Supply. That's where we get the stuff we need for our chickens, Irene. We have to go and pick up feed and shavings and all that stuff. So while my husband's there, I'm always like, hey, can you get me a bag of that pine stuff so I can just have it? And I keep it downstairs in the garage so that if I run out, I can just bring up some. And it's great because you don't need a lot at the bottom, because when they go tinkle on it, the pellets. Oh, I'm sorry. Lloyd just discovered one of his new toys. But when they go tinkle, the pellet disintegrates and it just becomes like powder, and you can sift it. It's not bad. Look, this was full, the bottom, and they have cleaned it out of treats. So clearly I need to make the holes smaller. I don't know. They're fiends when it comes to food. Lloyd has gotten so fat that when he gets in the crack of the sofa, if between the cushions, if he rolls too far, he can't get himself up, and he's like a turtle. Oh my god, it just makes me laugh so hard. Oh, sawdust. Yeah, that works good. What's limited, Chris? The toilet paper available at your store? I can't get a Lysol wipe or Clorox wipe to save my life. And I put in my to-go order at Hannaford to pick up today, and I ordered 4 different packages of toilet paper, hoping that I would get one. And I got 2. So that's lucky. I don't need any toilet paper for a while, but I'm going to have to suit up and go to Target to get other cleaning supplies. I use Grove. I don't know how many of you guys use Grove Collaborative, but I get most of my cleaning supplies through Grove, and I love them, but they just don't have, hi Judith, they just don't have Lysol wipes or Clorox wipes. They have 7th generation ones, but they work, but I don't like them. Yes, they were itty bitty. And it's funny because when we got them, they were like, oh yeah, they're 2 years old. I'm like, no, they're not. They're not even a year old. I knew that their paws, they still hadn't grown into their paws. Their paws were enormous. And we've had them, I think it's about a year this week, maybe. And they definitely, I would say now they're probably about a year and a half old, but they got big. I mean, Lloyd is super fat, but they're both also really long cats. They're big. They're brothers. And they're really cute because their markings are identical, but Lloyd is a black and brown tabby, and Harry is silver. Dave actually calls him the Silver Hornet. Yeah, there's no way they were 2, Chris. No way. But yeah, he does. He rolls around. He can't, and then he kind of gets himself up. But I have to put him on a diet. But it's difficult, you know. He looks at me with his cute little face, and then I think, oh, he's hungry, and I give him food. Which, that's why I look the way I look too. Probably, my mother looked at me and said, "Oh, she looks hungry." Oh, so that was what's going on, really. I mean, I figured I'd just pop on, see if this worked. It's good to know that it actually works. Show you those knot bags. I think they're really neat. Oh, yours are fluffy. How many do you have, Irene? I've just got the 2 boys, Harry and Lloyd. Lloyd is playing with a toy while he lays on the floor over here. He can't be bothered to get up to play. He just lays there and kind of does this. 2? Yeah. I think 2 cats. I think 2 cats is a good number. When you only have one, depending on the cat, obviously, some cats are fine being alone, but there are other cats that really want a companion, and these 2 were bonded. They were brothers, so We took them both. You have roles, yeah. Lila and Anna. Oh, those are pretty names. The boys were named Harry and Lloyd when we picked them up from the shelter, and they named them after the characters in Dumb and Dumber. And when they came up from down south, there's something people may not know about New Hampshire. We actually have a lack of like kittens up this way. So a lot of times what happens is shelter animals down south end up coming up here. They get picked up from kill shelters and brought up here to no kill shelters, and then people adopt them up here. And of course it costs a fortune. But so when they came up, they had a sister as well, and they had named them Lloyd, Harry, and Mary from Dumb and Dumber. You remember that? Mary and Lloyd in the movie was sure her last name was Samsonite because her suitcase or her briefcase or whatever. I think, yeah, that was funny. But anyways, Mary, the little sister, got adopted out independent of them. So we adopted them together, and we decided to just leave their names the way they were because we really weren't sure how old they were. Hi, Christy. Yeah, lack of puppies too. I don't know if we just do a really good job of fixing our animals up here, or I don't know, or if it's just, I mean, the shelters, it's expensive to adopt a cat. I mean, I think the boys they were like 100 175 a piece. Yeah, Irene. And we get a lot of the animals up here come from down south, specifically from kill shelters. But yeah, $175 per cat. I mean, that's expensive to adopt. They can make it really difficult, and it's quite a process to adopt a cat up here as well through a shelter. It's not like you can just go in and get a cat. You have to go in, you have to apply, and it's a real pain in the butt. They don't make it easy. I don't know why. You'd think they'd want, but you know what? I guess, like they say, don't if you have an animal that you need to rehome, don't put it on Craigslist because people will use them for like training fighting dogs and stuff, which is very sad. Home inspections, yeah, they have home inspections. We had one for the boys. They actually came and checked our house and made sure that we were going to be suitable. And I mean, it's like becoming a foster parent just to adopt some cats. So really, and I wasn't sure if we should. I mean, I grew up with animals and cats in particular. I'm not a dog person. Um, but and I find dogs to be confusing. I think because I'm not a dog person, and sometimes dogs, the body language that comes off of a dog to me, it's hard for me to tell if they're being playful or aggressive. Whereas with a cat, I have no problem. But I didn't have cats. I didn't bother to get any cats because before my daughter moved out, she, as an adult, adopted her own cats, and they lived here with us, Edgar and Izzy. And now she has Priscilla, who she calls Miss Pris, and Edgar. And Edgar has feline FIV, so feline, basically HIV. And nobody would adopt him. He was black and he had it. And she took him sight unseen. She didn't even know what he looked like. She just wanted a cat that liked affection, that wanted affection. Yeah, dogs like grandchildren. Give them back at the end of the day. I hear that. And so she took him, and he was probably the most loving cat I have ever seen in my life. He was so excited to be in a home that she took him to the vet because he kept drooling, and we thought there was something wrong with his teeth. And the vet said, no, his teeth are perfectly fine. He's just happy. Cats, I don't know. Some people that maybe aren't as familiar with cats don't know that cats will drool when they're really, really happy. So he was just the love, Edgar was. And he's actually, his picture is in some of the videos that I have over at our Oak Knob Farm channel. But yeah, yeah, he's an absolute love. He's about 7 years old now, and we're hoping that he hangs on a few more years before the FIV makes his health really difficult. My daughter is super cautious with him, and anytime he even really farts sideways, she's got him at the vet's just to be sure that it's not the beginning of the end, because what we were told is he will be healthy until he's not, and then it will be quick. So she's always real cautious about that. But anyways, she moved, and then we didn't have cats for, I don't know, 9 months. And then I decided, yeah, maybe let's get some cats. We had gotten the chickens, so I'm like, well, we already, if we go on vacation or something, we already have to have somebody deal with livestock. So, it wouldn't be that much more of a problem to have somebody just throw some food and water down for the cats. But honestly, I don't think there's no vacation going on anytime soon. There's nowhere to go. I wish. I mean, New Zealand, I heard they don't have any COVID, but I don't think they're going to let us in. Homes need cats and books. I agree, Irene. Cats and books. I actually thinned out. I used to have hundreds of books, and I thinned down to my absolute favorite series of books, and I have those. The Outlander series. I started reading Outlander when the second book came out, was when I bought the first and the second book. And let me tell you, being a fan of those books was a real bitch sometimes, because it would be like 5 years between books, and you'd have to reread the whole thing. I had 2 copies of that whole series because I always used to lend one out. And so I had a lending set, and then I had a set for myself. So I have those, and I have the Queen's Own by Mercedes Lackey. It is hard to do thin out books. It really is. And I find that I do have a Kindle, and I have a bunch of books on that. But if there's a book that I like really know I need to, or I'm going to want to keep or reference, then I just still get it in hardcover if I can, because there's nothing quite like holding a book, I suppose Kindles make it convenient, but it's not the same. I was one of those dork kids that, like, I was always really excited the first day of school, because there's also nothing like writing on that first piece of paper from the notebook. It's like so crisp and fresh and new. Like, it's just the same. I was always that kind of kid. Wheel of Time series. I don't think I've seen that one. New books do smell good. Yeah, the new book smell. It's like a new car smell. Like, doesn't Irene? Did you ever read the Crystal Singer series? Also, I think that was by Mercedes Lackey. But the Queen's Own series by Mercedes Lackey, I believe it was. That's a great series. So I have that, and of course the Harry Potters. Got to have those. Got to have the Harry Potters. I love those books. I love those movies too. Yeah. Oh, you read the Crystal Singers? Aren't they great? I used to love that series too. It's hard to find good fantasy books. A lot of them are really kind of cheesy and derivative. And I find that once you've read Lord of the Rings, you find a lot of parallels in almost all fantasy books compared to Lord of the Rings. Oh, no problem, Carol. Oh, fantasy stuff is great. I just got one, a fantasy, and it's in my office. I can't remember. It was the first one that I'd read in a while that was pretty good. It was set like in Russia. Jody Taylor books. I'll have to look into that, Irene. That'll be interesting. Right now I'm trying to get through books like The Obesity Code by Jason Fung, and yeah, it's not light reading. It's very dry, but it's it's good information to know. But I wish you guys could feel this silk. It's amazing. So I'm excited about dyeing yarn for the shop, and I'm excited about getting some more bags up, and I'm not sure what's going on my knees. There's something going on with my knees. If I stand up for too long, they turn bright red and swell up. Yes, it is, Jane, isn't it? It's dry, but it is really good. I mean, it's good information, and I think he's right, honestly. Oh, word. Yeah, the O word, for sure. I still got a ways to go. Ugh, it's always something. But yeah, so I don't know what's going on with my knees. There's some rheumatoid arthritis in my family that runs in my family, so I'm a little concerned. I know that's kind of a possible symptom. Yours do that too? Yeah. Man, oh, so I get up there in the sewing room and I start to cut, and cutting the fabric takes as long as, yeah, I think he is, Jane. I mean, he really has. And I know several people that have followed his fasting and all of that and do keto. And I know one woman that lost 50 pounds and is no longer on any diabetes medication. Yeah, I know, right? You could be impaled and they would tell you that you'll feel better if you lose some weight. Kiss my ass. Like, that's how I feel about it. I did, Julie. I did show the bags. Okay, you could listen from the tub. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, but so I stand there and I to cut, and I mean Jane would know this. It takes as long longer to cut the fabric for the bags as it does to sew the darn things. Well, after about half an hour, 45 minutes, my knees for some reason turn bright red and get hot, man, hot, 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 and they swell up. So I don't know. I got an appointment to go see the doctor. We'll see what he says. My knuckles too are getting kind of funky on my hands, so I wouldn't be surprised. Right, Jane? It is the bane. It's the worst thing about sewing, and I really was considering getting like a Cricut Maker or something, but I don't think it's gout, Irene. I think because, it's mostly my knees. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, exactly, Judith. Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, I went to the doctors a couple years ago and I was like, I feel like an anxious mess. I have all this anxiety all of a sudden. I don't understand it. So they had been telling me that I should get therapy. And I'm thinking, God, I don't need therapy. I need doctors that listen to me is what I need. Well, I had a wicked anxiety issue. And I finally went in and said, all right, fine, I'll go. And I went to therapy thinking, well, this is it. They're going to, tell me it's all in my head. And first appointment, the therapist was like, yeah, I need you to go to your OBGYN because anytime like a 45-year-old woman presents to me with sudden onset anxiety, I have to assume that maybe there's some perimenopause going on there. And so I went to my gynecologist and she was like, yeah, that sounds about right. So, it took the therapist to figure out because my general practitioner had no idea. And it wasn't until after that whole thing I found out that like general practitioners are not required to study perimenopause at all or menopause at all. It's just not a requirement. So it's no wonder that they think we're all nuts. Although I will say, when I went back to see, I didn't see my general practitioner for a year. I was so pissed off at him for making me feel crazy. It is worse than menopause, Jane. I can't even tell you how much I hate it. I have seen 2 a.m. every day for 2.5 weeks now. I'm going through some sort of insomnia bout, and that's something that's new as well with perimenopause. But yeah, I was so pissed at my GP. I didn't go see him for a year, but when I went back, I said something about, well, I'm in perimenopause, and he was like, oh, my wife is in perimenopause now. It's very difficult times. And I was like, oh, your wife is in it. So now I'm not crazy. Yeah. You know why? Because you think your wife is crazy too. So, now you understand that I'm not, a hypochondriac crazy woman. I actually have an issue. But so we'll see what he says about my knees. Maybe he'll say, yeah, you have gout. I don't even know what gout is, but whatever it is, I want him to tell me what it is so that I can deal with whatever it is, because it's making my life less than stellar, and it's slowing down my ability to get stuff made. Yeah, well, good for you, Jane. Like I've had almost worse luck with female doctors than male doctors. Although I will say I love my OBGYN. She looks like she's 12. She's about this big, and I just adore her. She's the best. But my general practitioner, man, I had one tell me, no problem, Michelle. I had one tell me, because I was telling her that I was having some brain fog. And she told me that fat people's brains shrink. Really? So I guess as we get fat, our brains get smaller, was what she was telling me. I got up and left in the middle of that appointment, and I thought, oh, no, 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 we're not going to do that. Right? I mean, yeah, tell me, don't piss on my head and tell me it's raining. I know how that is. But yeah, so I'll go back and see him in a couple weeks. That is the only thing that gets smaller, right, Jane? Oh, man, if that's all it takes. Oh, that's hysterical. But yeah, I think if you have never been a fat chick who's had to go get medical attention, you would not believe the way they talk to you and the way they just dismiss everything. What I wouldn't give sometimes to be thin, just so that I could like have a doctor's appointment that they actually paid attention. But so I don't know. We'll see what he says about my knees, but hopefully he'll figure some. And I have bad knees anyways. I've had problems with my knees my whole life. So, but the fact that they get really red, I mean, like bright red, and hot, I don't know what that's about. And if I sit down, they calm down. So I don't know, but it's making it hard for me to get the stuff cut that I need to get cut. And I don't, because I'm cutting squares, I don't really know, large squares. I don't know that it's worth it to get like a Cricut or an what is it? The die cut machines. I just don't know if it's really worth it to do that. Oh yeah, Depot. Oh, Judith, the size of a pea. Oh, that's what I told my cats. They have brains the size of a pea. Yeah, I'm thinking it might be arthritis. My hands too. If you notice, this knuckle in particular is starting to bulge pretty significantly, and my hands, my fingers all curve. I had an aunt that had rheumatoid arthritis, and so I'm not sure if it's going to be something along those lines or just regular arthritis, but I'm betting that it's probably going to be an arthritis thing. I'm hoping it's not and my legs also have been getting a little swollen, but I got to be honest, I haven't been real good on my keto diet, and I've been eating grains, and I don't have what is it when you can't eat grains? I can't remember, but um, oh, why can't I think of the word? But gluten, I do throw inflammation markers to gluten, but I don't have, it's not Crohn's, it's something else, but I don't have full blown. There's like two different markers. So gluten and grains will make me swell anyway. So I'm thinking that that's probably what some of the swelling in my legs is. Crohn's, thank you. No, not Crohn's. Crohn's is something else, I think. I can't remember the name, but sewing shop showed a brother scan and cut. Oh, that might be interesting. Dresses, scissors, yeah. Hi, Susan. Susan, it looks like your nail strips have finally shipped. I'm so sorry it's taken so long. They are swamped. Oh my gosh. They had two big rollouts 2 weeks in a row, and it has been a mess, but they're on their way. Irene, I do know everything, and I think I do. Just ask Dave. But yeah, so I'll go see the doctor on the 31st and ask him. I'm feeling pretty comfortable about going because our numbers in the state are so low. I don't feel like I'm taking my life in my hands just to go to the doctor's office. Celiac, that's what it is, Bonnie. Thank you. Oh, good, Susan. I'm glad. Yeah, I don't have celiac disease because there's like two different types of markers that you throw, I guess. And if you throw one, you have celiac. If it's the other, it's just actually an intolerance for gluten. It will create an inflammation. And I've been eating bread because pandemic, and I'm kind of depressed about it, I think. You know, the world is a mess, and I think I'm an empath a little bit, and so I get really bummed out when stuff is going on. And I don't know, maybe it's the fact that we're experiencing like the 1918 pandemic, the Great Depression, the race riots, all at the same time. You know, that might be it. So anyways, I need to get my keto back under control, and I think that will help with any of the swelling that I'm having. Plus it's 100 degrees here, so that doesn't help. And I sit on my ass all day long for my job. But yeah, the knees blowing up and turning red is been not cool. So I'll see him on the 31st, I think, and we'll see what he says. I'm sure he's going to say, go get all these tests done, which, whatever. Oh, and I managed to get my mammogram for the same day. Squeeze all the boobies. Get your mammograms. Got to get those done. It has been a hard year, Irene. And I think it's been hard for everybody in so many ways. And I tell you, I feel so much for all of these young families that have to figure out what they're going to do about sending their kids to school. I am so glad I don't have to face that. Dave and I were actually talking about it the other day, and we were like, we'd sell the house and move into an apartment if we had to in order to keep them home, because I'd have to school them. But luckily, of course, our kids are all grown, so it's not an issue for us, and we don't have grandchildren yet. So there's no little grandbabies that we are worried about terribly. I am worried for my sister's little girls. Right, Susan? Yeah, not fun. My sister's got a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. And of course, my 6-year-old was supposed to start kindergarten this fall. And my sister said, no, absolutely not. They're going to homeschool. And they're actually waiting. They're on a wait list for a private school that does. It sounds really interesting, but aside from the fact that they do a lot of outdoor time during the day, it's very kind of interesting sounding school. They're also up on their HVAC. So they have taken all the steps they need to make sure that their HVAC systems are up to the task. And I know this because this is what I do. Oh, Judith, I'm sorry. But yeah, for those of you that don't know, that's what I do for a living. I design and draft HVAC systems for commercial projects in the New England area. So I'm very familiar. Oh, you homeschooled, Carol? Yeah, I don't know that I would have been really great at it. So I'm glad that it's not. But I feel for these families that are trying to figure it all out. What a mess. What a mess for all of them. I feel so bad. And I know that I just saw something the other day that some obscene amount of infants were just tested and came up positive, I think in Texas. I'm not sure. If it's in Texas. Hi, Ryan. Maybe Julie would know, but she's in the tub, so she's just listening. Well, they were Zooming at the end of last year, but I guess here in New Hampshire, they're going to open. They gave out the guidance, which was really no guidance. Hi, Courtney. Oh, Chris, I don't know how you guys are doing it. Oh my gosh, Jane, really? That's awful. Oh, I'm sorry, hon. I'm hogging the bandwidth. Oh, we've got the worst internet here. So we live in this teeny little town of about 4,400 people. And I think everybody thinks Comcast, everybody has Comcast. Comcast doesn't even come to our town. Our town is so small and so backwards that they won't even service our town. So we have I think it's Atlantic Broadband, or I mean, it's some crap service. And when we moved here, we came from Comcast, and we have a business. Oh yeah. Oh, 12-hour rotating swing shifts. That's a rough one. We came here and we pay double the price for not even half the speed. It's really bad. So I'm shocked that I'm even able to do this. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, it's not all it's cracked up to be. We used to have it, but I'll tell you what, it's better than what we've got. Windstream. Yeah, that sounds almost as good as ours. I don't know. Small town life, it's something. We have one convenience store gas station in town. That's it. One pub that I don't go to because I saw the owner make some comments on social media that I found to be offensive, and therefore I do not go there. And one pizza place. That's it. That is all there is. There you go. There, my husband's on. He says we get 15 megabyte service for about $200 a month with no phone, or with the phone. That's so we get a deal because we have our phone wrapped in there. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:00 out Ryan's way. Hi, Ladybug. Yeah, so our internet is crazy. It's not very good, but I am coming up on about 51 minutes. Oh, you have a drive-in theater? Wow. I think there's only one of those, maybe two in our state. Yeah, it does suck. That's what you had with Verizon? Yeah. Ridiculous. Oh, you have Atlantic too, Chris? You're in Rochester? I figured Comcast was in Rochester by now. Yeah, but I'm coming up on 53 minutes, so 8 p.m. there. Yeah, it's 9:00 here, and I haven't made dinner yet. Poor Dave. Dave's not all that upset about it because we're having tacos tonight. He hates tacos. So he's going to tell me 400 times how much he hates tacos. Atlantic, yeah. Mississippi. Must be hot down there. It's hot up here. It's been in the 90s for 3 days, which I understand, the 90s is nothing for some of you guys, but it's so humid. If it was dry, it wouldn't be so bad. Dave, my tumbly is grumbly. Hey, Sandy. How are you, honey? Ooh, you have a soda shop. We don't even have a soda shop. Yeah, we suck. He will tell me he hates them while he eats them, but he means it. Oh, 85 or 86 babies, 1 and under, tested positive in Texas on the coast. Oh, that's sad. That's sad, little ones. Hope they all are resilient. So some of you didn't see this. I'll show you real quick. I made a bag for Julie, and Julie insisted that I show it to you all before I send it to her because she thought it was so marvelous. So it is for those of you that have already seen it, I'm sorry, it's a knot bag, Japanese knot bag. Put the long one through the short, and you just have a closed bag. Look at Julie, yeah, with the happy face. And it's reversible. So that's fun to have reversible bags. See what I mean? You just flip it right side out. So there'll be some of these on the shop. She wanted me to go ahead and show you guys so that you would see some of the other stuff that's coming. Thanks, Jane. Appreciate it. But the other thing is I got some, thank you, everybody. I got some yarns. Look at, for those that didn't see it, I got mulberry silk yarn from Expression Fiber Arts. Oh, it's so beautiful. And I got, oh, Lloyd's coming up. Dave's bringing Lloyd to visit. I got some sock yarn. Oh, here's Dave and Lloyd. Hi, Lloyd. Lloyd's like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with any of this.
Lloyd wants nothing to do with this.
Lloyd wants nothing to do with this.
I thought I'd be cute.
He's coming. Oh, come here, baby. Oh, but anyways, this was the big thing that I was showing everybody. Oh, right. It's such amazing. Harry already said hi. But anyways, this is sock yarn. It's her Sincere Sock, Expression Fiber Arts, and it's oh, there's Harry and Lloyd. Oh, they love each other. And it's gray and kind of a very pale lavendery pink, and I thought those would be pretty together. But the one thing I didn't show, hi Marnie, was, look at guys, I have succumbed to peer pressure. I'm a slave to trends. So I have 28 skeins of bare yarn to play with, to dye, to put in the shop. So that'll be fun, you know. I've never dyed yarn. We'll see. Oh, Harry's into it. Do you smell it? It smells like sheep. But we've got all sorts. We've got sparkle, and we've got, it's all lightweight yarns though, guys, because that's what I like. I am going to be hip deep in dyes. A Dave photobomb, yep. So, but I think that, yeah, I'm totally, you are enabling me. I am totally being enabled. But I keep seeing everybody have so much fun doing it. And I was like, I want to do it too. But honestly, I don't need to have all of this yarn that I have dyed. Although, you know what will happen? I'll dye it and love it, and then I won't want to sell any of it. That'll probably be what happens. It's not always the way. But, no, so that's my intention, is to try some dyeing and to put that up in the shop. And, yeah, I think it'll be good. Between all the bags, different types of bags. Yeah, Lloyd. I'm surrounded by cats now. Jordan. Oh, I bet I will. She's been doing a great job. I just think the stuff she's been making is just so pretty. Jen, you're still hoarding it? I know, right? It's like, well, you know what? I think it's like that with a lot of creative things. You put yourself into it, and then it's almost hard to part with. Oh my gosh, the cat is flipping out. He's playing with his new toy. Look at this. This is the be-all, end-all. It is everything for Harry right now. Look, it's got a butterfly. Like, whatever. Go get it, buddy. Yeah, Sandy, Jordan really has been doing great. She's been putting together such pretty ones. She had that one, and I don't know what it was you had gotten. It's for the cats. It's like a 3-tier thing that has little balls in it, and the balls spin around, so they stick their arms in there. Harry loves to stick his feet in things. Saw me dyeing yarn. Oh, look at Dave. Look at my husband being sweet, like asking you all to remember to give me a thumbs up. It's funny. As soon as I put it down on the floor, Julie, Harry was in it, and he had his feet. He gets under our cabinets. All the cabinets in our house, the old owners, the owners the people we bought the house from, let me put it this way, built this house. And he built all of the cabinets. They're all custom made cabinets in the house. Why aren't you a moderator? First of all, why are you calling me Mo? You're supposed to call me Baby Doll. Dave calls me Baby Doll whenever I'm around the house, but in here I'm Mo. Where did I buy what, Julie? The toy? for the cats, Chewy. Chewy.com. That's where I get all their food and their litter and all that stuff. And every other order, I get them a little toy. Sometimes it's just a little, squishy thing they can chew on or whatever. But this time I got them that. Give Dave a wrench. I don't even know how to give someone a wrench. What do you do? Do I like click on them? What do I do? There's like buttons. Add moderator. All right, I'll give him the damn wrench. Jane, it's a good thing you're here to tell me what the heck I need to do. All right. He's now a moderator for my channel. Thank you, Sandy. look at now, Jane. Now Dave is sucking up to you. Yeah, I know. I haven't made dinner yet. It's 9:15. We eat super late. I have the power just when he needs more tools. Oh, you have no idea. We are having 6 trees dropped in September in the front of our house, and he dropped about 30 in the backyard, and he's milled them all. But we can't in the front because we have a power line, so we have to hire somebody to come in and do it. Man, that ain't cheap. Squish the trolls. I guess I will. I just honestly figured I was going to be... Oh, yeah, see, we eat dinner really late, and it's something I should change, but I can start cooking dinner at 6 o'clock, or I can start cooking dinner at 8 o'clock, and we will still eat at the same damn time. I don't understand how it happens. It's like time ceases to exist properly when I'm in the kitchen. He's got a blue dress on. He would look lovely in a blue dress. Holy crap, Jane, that's huge money. Yeah, I think it's going to be probably like $2,000 for the whole job. But they won't take the wood. Like, they are going to basically buck everything that's smaller than about 10 inches. They're going to chip for us, and they'll leave the chips, which is great for me because I'll put that crap everywhere. If you ring your yard with about 2 feet of wood chips, it makes it harder for ticks to walk across it. Ryan and Chris. I should, yes. Oh, all right. Now I have to go and find people to make them mods. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that tonight because who knows when the next live will be. I mean, this was a fluke. But anyways, yeah, so they'll chip everything that's under about 10 inches, and they'll leave the chips, and we'll use that all over the place. And then everything bigger than that, they'll buck into about 12-foot lengths, and then Dave will drag it, and he has a mill, so he'll mill it. Our chicken coop was actually built with the wood that he milled from the trees he dropped out back, so that we needed to drop about 30 trees so that the garden would have enough light, enough sun. But 3 of the trees that are coming down are cherries, so those will make beautiful wood. I will remember, Sandy, I promise. I will need their help. So yeah, we've got the 3 cherries, and then we have a huge ash that is starting to lean, and it is leaning towards our neighbor's shed and possible house. So we probably have another year, but we figured, you know what, let's just get it done now. And we actually tried to call a guy in town because, you want to support local. And he was booked for a full year. He couldn't even come out and look. So we did find somebody that came out today. And as it is, he can't come until September. The huge ash. You do not resemble that. Oh, my goodness. But yeah, we're going to have some serious wood going on here. I knew what you meant, Sandy. I'm the world's worst texter. I have to tell everybody I'm not illiterate. I just can't. My fingers are too fat for the screen. So I have the worst typos. My daughter tells me she just can't anymore. I just can't anymore with these. And then we laugh. But, well, guys, it's been over an hour. And tick for it. Anti-tick for it, exactly. So I suppose I should probably sign off. I'm so glad so many of you came and said hello, especially since I didn't announce or anything. I just kind of came on to show you some bags. But yeah, so finger function, hugging everyone. Yeah, so just keep watching the shop, guys. There'll probably be some hand-dyed yarn up there at some point, and there will be more bags. You should see, I've got notebooks full of sketches and measurements, and I've discarded, and this was the first one I made, and it's mine because it's like a short, squat little thing. But ultimately, this will be kind of like what the drawstring ones are. But it's got nice pockets on the inside with I've got 2 different size grommets in this. I was experimenting and different pockets and stuff. But I feel like it's too short, so this one just became mine, and it only has 1 handle. But yeah, so like that was the first iteration, and anyways, I think I'm getting it down, and like I said, I'll have drawstrings, zippers, and I really like those Japanese knot bags. I love the fact that they're reversible, so that's super fun. Thanks, Sandy. So just watch. I know that the stuff that's in there now, that fabric is not going to be, everybody's cup of tea, but there's more stuff coming. I got stacks. I've probably got 50 yards of fabric up there on the table just waiting for me to get through cutting it all. All right, guys. Night, Julie. Have a good one. I'll have this listed for you tomorrow, and I'll send you a message. So just watch, ladies. You'll find fabric that you like at some point. And in the meantime, I'm so glad you all joined me. Good night, Marnie. Night, Irene. Night, Ryan. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Thank you for being here for me. Mwah, mwah. All right. Bye, guys. I'll see you later. Jane, I hope you're feeling better.